Have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 14th of January 2025. This day is celebrated as Makar Sankranti 2025 will be celebrated on 14th of January across India, also known as the Uttarayan and Pongal. This festival is observed in different forms and rituals across various Indian states, showcasing India's unity in diversity. Starting the newspaper with the world news, including traffic in New York City drops by 7.5% after a $9 congestion fee introduced. Ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas near Iraq could cause 14-month conflict in Biden. South Korea's impeachment President Yoon's trial set to begin in the Constitutional Court. Greenland ready to work with the Trump on defense mining ties, says Prime Minister. Dozens of misplaced anti-tank miners found in Polish IKEA warehouse. Jet clears release of special counsel Smith's report on Trump's election case. Now from the Hindu newspaper, has strong winds forecast to return and threaten Los Angeles area's fight against fires. Fire crews walk as they battle the Kenneth Fire in the West Hills section of the Los Angeles. Officials expressed confidence that the region was ready to face the new threat with the additional firefighters brought to form around the United States as well as the Canada and Mexico. Additional water tankers and firefighters arrived at the Los Angeles area in California, United States on Monday, January 13, 2025, ahead of furious winds that were forecast to return and threaten the progress made so far on two massive infernos that had killed at least 24 people. Planes are doused homes and hillsides with the bright pink fire retardant chemicals, while crews and fire engines were being placed near particularly vulnerable spots with a dry brush. Dozens of water trucks rolled in to replenish supplies after hydrants ran dry last week when the two largest fires erupted. United States says Gaza deal can get done this week. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Gaza Trusty and hostage release deal in close and could be finalized in the final week of the United States President Joe Biden's term. Joe Biden has been punishing to get a deal between the Israeli and Palestinian militant group Hamas before he leaves office on January 20 and hands over to Donald Trump. A Gaza Trusty and a hostage release deal is close and could be finalized in the final week of United States President Joe Biden's term, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Monday, January 13, 2025. We are close to deal and it can get done this week. I am not making a promise or prediction, but it is there for the taking and we are going to work to make it happen, Mr. Sullivan told reports. Mr. Biden spoke to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday and he called the ruler of the mediator Qatar Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani on Monday as negotiations intensified. Lebanon's Nawaf Salam, International Court of Justice Judge turned Prime Minister Nawaf Salam is widely respected for his academic rigor, independent views, and commitment to justice and human rights. Nawaf Salam, who until now was presiding judge at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, hails from the prominent Beirut political family. Nawaf Salam, Lebanon's new prime minister, is a leading international judge who once fought for staying out of the political infighting that has paralyzed the crisis-hit country in recent years. The 71-year-old, who until now was presiding judge at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, hails from the prominent Beirut political family. China and India seek new supplies as United States sanctions tighten grip on Russian oil. An aerial view shows that the crude oil terminal Kozminho on the shore of the Nakhodaka Bay near the port city of Nakhodaka, Russia, June 13, 2022. Picture taken with a drone. Chinese and Indian refiners are seeking alternative fuel supplies as they adapt to serve a new United States sanctions on the Russian producers and tankers that are designated to curb the revenues of the world's second largest oil exporter. United States President Joe Biden administration imposed its broadest package of sanctions so far, targeting Russia's oil and gas revenues on the Friday, January 10th, popularly referred to QQ, and Donald Trump's incoming team leveraged to reach a deal for a peace in Ukraine. The incoming Mr. Trump's administration has not yet responded to requests for comment. The United States Treasury imposed sanctions on Russia oil producer Gazprom Neft and Surgutneft gas, as well as on the 183 vessels that form a part of the shadow fleet that hasn't so far allowed Russia to skirt sanctions to get its oil to global markets. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that India-China relation a river runs through it. Indian Army soldiers walk along the road near Zojila mountain pass that connects Srinagar to the Union Territory of Ladakh, bordering China on February 28, 2021. What do Joe Biden's farewell Russia oil sanctions mean for India? United States President Joe Biden arrives to speak at the State Department in the Washington, D.C. on January 13, 2025 as he delivers his final foreign policy speech. The United States on Friday announced the most sweeping and aggressive sanctions yet on Russia's oil trade, just 10 days before Joe Biden leaves the White House to be replaced by Donald Trump as a president. About 160 oil tankers were sanctioned, and India, a key buyer of seaborne barrels, won't permit the ships to the exports once a wind-down period ends in the March month. If they stay in place under Trump, the measures have more chance of disrupting Russia's export of petroleum than anything done by any Western power so far. Light at the end of the tunnel, India set for a big security transport boost. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday inaugurated the Sonmarg-Zadmora tunnel. The opening of the Zadmora tunnel at the Sonmarg in Jammu and Kashmir by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday, along with the likely completion next year of Zojila tunnel that lies ahead, will provide a vital all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Leh, boosting military mobility and the logistics support for the deployed forces in the Ladakh sector, as well as the tourism in Ladakh's backcountry, official area of the development said. Around 60% of work on the Zojila tunnel has been completed, and it is expected to be ready by September 2026, the officials said. It was at Zojila that the Indian Army scored one of its finest victories in the 1947-48 Jammu and Kashmir campaign. It took back the 11,600 feet pass from Pakistan in November 1948 in a bold assault called the Operation Bison. Tanks were used in the war at those heights for the first time anywhere in the world then. The traditional Srinagar-Leh axis is one of the two existing routes to Leh, the other being the Manali-Leh road. Neither is currently all-weather, and both remain set for 5 to 6 months in the winter, presenting a logistics nightmare both for the armed forces and the civil administration and impeding socio-economic development of the Ladakh region, the officials said. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, inflation eases to 4-month low of 5.22%. A Reserve Bank of India may remain cautious, says experts. With this moderation in inflation, experts said the new RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra may maintain a pause in the upcoming February monetary policy meeting. Economists said despite the softening, food inflation remains elevated. Retail inflation continued with its softening trend for the second month in a row in December month, easing for a 4-month low of 5.22% from 5.48% in the previous month, as the prices of food items including pulses and vegetables continue to moderate. Data released by the National Statistics Office on Monday showed food inflation based on the Consumer Price Index (CPI) eased to a 4-month low of 8.39% in December month from 9.04% in the previous month, the data showed. India bonds follow United States Treasury bills. Yields rise to 6.85%. The 10-year yield ended at 6.85% in the highest since November month, compared with the previous close of 6.77%. The 10-year benchmark bond yields rose by 8 basis points, logging its biggest single session rise in over 7 months, amid the rise in the United States Treasury yields, weakening rupee, and the sell-off in the equity markets. The rise in the crude oil prices, United States bond yields, and the declining Indian rupee have added to weak sentiment in the money market, said a dealer. Amitabh Batra focused on open rules-based mega FTA free trade agreements, cut import tariffs on key manufacturing inputs, Asian economies, and announcement towards an early conclusion of the review of the free trade agreement with the ASEAN in the budget speech would be further beneficial in the context. Propitious global and regional geopolitical context coupled with a good growth performance presents India with an opportunity to attract investment by MNCs relocating away from China. Now going to the science and tech, we have Be the Blues with your plate. Can fiber-rich diet fight depression? A recent meta-analysis of 18 studies published in the journal Nutritional Neuroscience found that a high-fiber diet significantly reduces the odds of depression, with 5 times greater benefits for adolescents than adults. Feeling down, what is your plate might be playing a bigger role in your mood than you think. Depression is a growing concern in India, and while therapy and medication are essential tools for treatment, emerging research confirms that food profoundly impacts mental well-being. A recent meta-analysis of 18 studies published in a journal, once again Nutritional Neuroscience, found that high-fiber diet significantly reduces the odds of depression, with 5 times greater than benefits of the adolescents than adults. A team research led by Fazeh Sagafayan, from the Department of the Community Nutritional School of Nutritional Science and Dietetics at the University of the Medical Science in Tehran, Iran, conducted a systematic search of electronic database up to May month of 2021. Doctors from 14 nations seek change in India, linked with the name of the hard-to-treat fungus, Trichophyton indotenalis, colony growth. The doctors group said that prejudicial naming impacts the perceptions of clinicians and public alike, ignoring the exhortations of the World Health Organization, the American Society of Microbiology, and others to not do so. Dermatologists from India and 13 other countries, including Germany, have objected to the region-specific nomenclature given to a novel species of fungus, Trichophyton indotenae, that causes widespread and hard-to-resist skin infections and is resistant to most antifungal medicines. The fungal species named Trichophyton indotenae has turned up in over 40 countries, and its origin currently remains unknown. Japanese dermatologists who had spotted the fungus in the patients from India and Nepal proposed in 2020 that this fungus should be considered as the new species and named Trichophyton indotenae, in the line with the historical tradition of linking new infectious agents to specific locations. What are the minimum number of tests that should be available at the government healthcare facilities? Indian Council of Medical Research released draft list. The facilities are covered. Under the draft includes village level facilities, Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, primary health center, PSCs, community health centers, CSC, sub-district hospitals, SDHs, and the district hospitals. The research body in its draft document has increased the number of medical tests that should be available at level of the health care facilities. The Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) has recently issued a draft National Essential Diagnostics List (NEDL), which lists the minimum number of tests that should be available at various levels of the healthcare facilities in the country. Aimed at bolstering diagnostic services, Across the country, this revised list seeks public feedback before its final notification. Members of the public can send in feedback on or before January 15, 2025. The ICMR released the first NEDL in 2019 to make the diagnostics an essential component of the healthcare system. The facilities covered under the draft includes village level facilities, Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, primary health center (PSCs) and community health centers (CHCs), sub-district hospitals (SDH) and district hospitals (DH). According to the revised draft, 9 types of the diagnostic tests, including those for diabetes, malaria, tuberculosis, HIV, syphilis, should be made available at the health centers in village level health facilities. Ayushman Arogya Mandirs should have facilities for hepatitis B tests available in addition to the 9 diagnostics that are available at the village level health centers. Tests for dengue and Japanese encephalitis and other common illness must be available at the PHCs in addition to X-ray and ECG facilities. Blue Origin pushes back first launch of New Glenn rocket. The Blue Origin New Glenn rocket stands ready for its inaugural launch at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in the Cape Canaveral, Florida, United States, January 11, 2025. An executive said that the company stood down from the launch because troubleshooting a vehicle subsystem issue could overshoot the launch window. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin will have to wait a little longer for a long-anticipated maiden orbited flight of its brand-new rocket after a launch attempt dragged on for hours before being cancelled due to the unspecified technical issue. The towering 320-foot, 98-meter rocket, dubbed New Glenn in honor of legendary astronaut John Glenn, was scheduled to lift off from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station during the 3-hour window starting at 0600 GMT on Monday. But the countdown repeatedly stalled as teams scrambled to resolve anomalies before the mission was officially scrapped. Around 3:10 a.m., a common occurrence in the space industry, but disappointing nonetheless for the hundreds of thousands of people who stayed up to watch the live feed. We are standing down today's launch attempt to troubleshoot a vehicle subsystem issue that will take us beyond our launch window. Adrian Cornell, a Blue Origin executive, said on the webcast. At last, there's a famous personality of India who was a famous aerospace scientist, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, whose full name was actually Abul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam. Birth anniversary 15th of October 1931 up to 27th of July 2015, was an Indian aerospace scientist and a statesman who served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. Born and raised in the Muslim family in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, he studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) and Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), and was intimately involved in the India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational, technical, and a political role in the India's Pokhran second nuclear test in the 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by the India in 1974. Kalam was elected as the 11th President of India in 2002 with the support of the both ruling parties in the party and the opposition Indian National Congress. Widely referred to as the People's President, he returned to his civilian life of education, writing, and public service after a single term. He was a recipient of several prestigious awards, including Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. While delivering a lecture at the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong, Kalam collapsed and died from an apparent cardiac arrest on 27th of July 2015 at age 83. Thousands, including a national level of dignitaries, attend the funeral ceremony held in his hometown of Rameshwaram, where he was buried with full state of honors. At last, Mr. Kalam says a very famous quotation. This is for youth. There are young leaders He says that learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, knowledge makes you great. Okay, thank you.